Scott's really does it for me. You buy 1,000 plugs of Kentucky bluegrass and you plant them in your front yard and you own it. Scott's is the best. And you can look like everyone else's by just installing a lawn. You roll out that nice green carpet. You get to live a life of luxury and you get to show it in your front yard. Even better, nearby this HOA, there's a nice golf course and I highly recommend it. No, but seriously, this is Irish star moss. And I'm making it look like a lawn. This will be the accent plant for potentially my Bradford pear. Hello everyone, welcome to the Welsh Poplars. Today, I am going to be planting cottonwood fluff that I have been storing it in a bag since June 2023. I was at a scout camp in New Mexico and there was under a big cottonwood tree just heaping. It was like 6 inches deep of just fluff and it feels like silk. Now, I don't know how long the shelf life, I guess, of these seeds are, but I'm going to plant them. There's this weird sound again. Except it's cloudy, which makes it sound a lot more spookier. That's how I like it. Anyway. So I'm gonna plant them in here. I added a bit more dirt so that any seeds that would require to be buried a little bit, they have a bit more ability to do that. This fluff, I could probably just wet this bag, stick it in the water, and just rest it there, and it'll be fine. You just gotta keep it moist. You gotta keep it moist, and it will grow. But I want to save this bag, and I want to keep these little fluff out here. So this will pretty much be what I was doing in this video. In here I have some orchids. Now it's too cold for me. We're past the daily high, which is like, it was 57 degrees today. And when it was 57 degrees, I was able to take these out and check them out, and they're still alive. They're very healthy. Well, no, they're not very healthy at all. But they're healthy. Or maybe they're at least alive, because there's a root on one of them growing still. There's a root still growing on one of them, and it was green. But so that's interesting. They're not going soft. They're quite nice looking at the very center. So all of these little seedlings that are popping up here, those are Tragopogon dubious in the family Asteraceae. The leaves are very grass-like. With the ants. This is the one with all the ants in it. Yeah. I was just worried that, I just put the seeds on top of the soil. I was worried that they wouldn't really germinate easily. But now I've increased that chance. I have more seeds. Now I have a half inch to kind of stick the remaining seeds under the soil so that they all have a chance at sprouting. Oh! Those ants just poured all over the place when I pressed that in. Right here. Does this come out in one piece? I think these are multiple I know there's one big wad in here. I'm trying to get it out in one piece. So this, it's so soft. Doesn't smell like much, but you can see all the seeds in it. I don't think I've ever tried planting cottonwood fluff. So this is going to be a first. And I'm very excited. Because, I've never, because like when I was in Colorado, we did go there at the peak fluff time, so there was lots of fluff. We were by Grand Junction, and by a river, and there's cottonwood trees, fluff everywhere. It was like white cotton candy, just like there was an explosion of white cotton candy. And yeah, and then there was, because it rains there often, you get little tiny seedlings. They looked exactly like this, tiny little seedlings all through there. And I saw that some of them were actually sprouting out. They were coming out of those tiny little seeds in the fluff. And yeah, so now I know what a couple day old poplar seedling looks like. I thought the cotyledons would be bigger. What is that? What are these cotyledons? That's definitely something I planted. This is Populus vermontii. I don't know if our naturalists would recognize this as a cottonwood fluff, but it would be fun to see how many poplars I get in here. I think they'll be fine. I don't think I've tried this before, so yeah. We'll see how many poplars I get and how much variation. Maybe I can keep the earliest the one with the earliest fall colors and one with the latest fall colors. But then again, I already have one that's 3 years old. So yeah, I am starting to worry about how, because these seedlings, they're gonna get fertilized this summer and they're gonna grow. So, in the spring of 2027, I'm going to be very, very intrigued by when I'm repotting these and separating them out. I'm not going to keep all the poplar seedlings that sprout, but we will determine if I even get any sprouts later this year. Our fluff time is in April, late April, I think. So we're 2 months earlier, because the trees, they start leafing out around like late March or early April. They're very late trees for our climate in our area, but yes. And then about a month after they leaf out, they start fluffing, which is their seed dispersal mechanism, and it's for the wind dispersed seeds. That's why they drift and they fly all over the place when the wind blows. Sometimes the wind just blows clouds of this stuff all over the place. And I think it's a very iconic thing to see during Pride Month in the Rocky Mountains. So I don't know if bonsai can do this. It might take longer for my cottonwood bonsai to get old enough to flower and seed. The flowers are hang down like this, and then the pollinated flowers, they turn into these round capsules that split into 4 sections, and then out comes this fluff, and it acts like when you just pick out a tiny section of a cattail and it just poof, just fluff. That's how it is. And that's what you get these big balls of fluff just hanging off of the tree, ready to just blow away. So now I'm gonna water this, and I should probably try a method that's like yeah, just sprinkle. But I have other seeds to plant as well. I forgot to plant them earlier, and I will do that now. I have some Port Orford cedars, I think. Cedar seeds. What else do I have? 9 bark, I believe, and some other stuff. So, yeah, I'm just getting it out of my pants. I'll just empty my pockets. And yeah, I went to the botanical garden like almost a week ago. I forgot to remove these. They're kind of water hydrophobic at first. So I used a little hole, just kind of delicately but firmly press the water down. And this is just a can I found in the woods. These literally just act like wet cotton balls, which is also could be a great way to germinate seeds. You just put seed inside of them, and yeah, they're absorbing water now. That's great. And there's no more ants. There's not as many ants as the last time I was watering it. So I'm just doing this to kind of settle it in. But I also want to water it deeper. And I'll come back later and fertilize it. Finished watering. So that might be all for today. I might repot another tree because tomorrow I have my wisdom teeth removed, and then the day after that I will be really busy. I have a graduation of a friend to attend, and then I'll be going to Tahoe that evening for 3 days, and I hope to do snow angels in a tank top while it's 26 degrees. So I'm looking forward to that. But so I do think I should get something repotted today. And because of the format of the camera right now, which is in normal mode, I'm going to end the video here among the watch poplars.